Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Erin, and today we are talking about True Crime by Samantha Kolesnik. I think that's how you say her name. I looked it up. A lot of people say it differently, so I tried to find the correct way to say it. I think it's Kolesnik. Fingers crossed. I'm really sorry. I try my best with the names sometimes, but names are hard. I try my best. Please don't yell at me in the comments down below. So today's book review is going to be about some intense topics, just like last week's book review was. I didn't mean to put one intense book after another back to back like that, but it just kind of happened. I didn't know this was gonna be as intense as it was, so I'm very sorry. I'll try to make next week's a little more lighthearted. I'll try my best. So forgive me if you're a little upset that it's two kind of intense books back to back. But let's get into it. So the cover looks like a newspaper. I think it is so freaking cool. I love that here it says Grindhouse Press, like a newspaper. I love you have the black and white, but also you have like this tan color. I just think it's really cool. Back here you have a little ad for Ketchum Plumbing, which is a cute nod to Jack Ketchum, who is another horror author, which we will discuss a little bit later in this review. But yeah, I just overall really like the cover. I think it's cool. I think it's different. I think it's interesting. I just like that it's a newspaper, which makes sense with the book, which we all know I love when a cover makes sense and it isn't random or weird or anything like that. So I'm very happy that it makes sense with the book. So let's get into my synopsis real quick, and then I will give you guys my thoughts. Susie and her older brother Lim live a life that no one should. They're under the thumb of their abusive mother, who truly is a monster. The sexual abuse that they suffer from is truly horrific and disgusting. Until one day, Susie ends up snapping. She can't bear the abuse any longer. Lim and Susie know that they can't stay there, and they end up on the run. However, the trauma they endured isn't left behind with their mother. It follows them. The trip turns into something more as their trauma influences their actions. So, very quick, very short, very to the point. This is a novella, so it is pretty short. I didn't want to give you guys too much information. I know you guys hate when I say this, but it is a book that you have to read for yourself. I know you guys hate that. I know it irritates you. It's about the experience. It's about how you read it. It's about how it affects you. And I just think this is something you have to read to truly understand it and to feel it and to get the whole picture. Me telling you about it will not give you the emotions, the complex thoughts, the feelings. You won't get that from listening to me talk about it. You have to read it yourself. So I highly, highly, highly recommend reading this book if it sounds like something you would be interested in. If not, that's totally cool. If you want to know more about it and you don't want to read it, feel free to leave me a comment down below and I can give you more information. I just don't want to spoil it for anyone who is planning on reading it and doesn't want spoilers. The story is told from Susie's perspective, so you get a really good feel for her mind and where she's at mentally. Now, I haven't read Jack Ketchum's The Girl Next Door. I have seen the movie. I don't know how different the book and the movie are to each other. I would assume there are several differences, like always, but I have not read the book. But a lot of people are comparing True Crime to The Girl Next Door for obvious reasons. I cannot say whether they are similar or not because I have not read the book, so I cannot tell you if I think that is an accurate comparison or not. I just wanted to include that because I didn't know if someone would comment asking if it was similar to that book or not, because I have not read it, but I know people are making comparisons between the two, so I'm not really sure. The first couple chapters are very hard to read. They are very upsetting and disturbing, and if you are triggered by sexual abuse, especially involving children or, you know, people that can't fight back, that are more innocent, I would be wary. There is also violence against animals, so I just wanted to let you guys know that just in case you are triggered by animal violence as well. So be wary of those 2 warnings that I'm giving you, just in case they are triggers for you, that the book does have them. After Susie snaps, which is pretty quick into the story, the book is easier to digest and move forward from those very disturbing moments and scenes. If you can push past the first couple chapters and, you know, just kind of move forward after that, I think you'll be able to read the story and not feel too overwhelmed by the scenarios. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is sexual abuse. It isn't told too graphically, but it is mentioned and it is described, and I just think that it could be very hard for some people to read. So it does only happen in the very beginning of the book. So if you do want to read the book and you are worried, the first few chapters, after you get past that, it's not too awful. Like I said, this is a novella. It's only 143 pages, so the super, super, super awful parts are over fairly quickly. After Susie and Lim make a run for it, you really get to see the after effects of trauma and how trauma lingers on a person and how it affects people. Since Susie is the narrator of the book, you really get a good look into her and how she's digesting everything and how she's thinking and how she is processing everything after they leave. Lim's outward actions and his behavior show his way of dealing with his trauma, but again, the book mainly focuses on Susie since she is the narrator and the main character. The rest of the book really deals with Susie and her internal struggle of good versus bad, how her life's going to turn out after everything is over. Will her mother's actions have a hold on her for the rest of her life? I thought the author did a really good job of showing Susie processing everything and how she went about her actions, her thought process on what they were going to do next, why they were doing certain things, how everything was going to happen, and why things were happening this way. I liked looking at Susie's internal thoughts. The writing is very deep and raw, but very beautifully grim, I guess, is the best way I can put it. I know that sounds kind of weird, and I know it sounds a little odd for this, but I just think it was so captivating, and I was so captured by the writing and the story, and I couldn't put it down. I just had to know what was going to happen and how it was going to end. The ending is surprising and unsurprising at the same time. I think I always knew how the book was going to end because it just made sense, but at the same time I didn't want to entertain the thought of it ending the way it did, but it made sense. There was no other way that I thought the book could end, and I knew that, but I was just hopeful that it was going to end a different way. This is realistic horror. The endings aren't always wrapped up pretty with a bow. They're real and they aren't always pleasant or happy. So that's all I'm going to say on the ending and the book. I don't want to tell you guys too much because I want you guys to read it for yourself because it's really good and I really enjoyed reading it. A very short, very fast read. I loved it. I really did love it. I think it was great. I think it was amazing. I can't believe this is her debut. So yeah, that's going to do it for my review on True Crime. I can't wait to see what else Samantha Kolesnik comes out with. I think I said her name right again. Did I? Kolesnik? It's gonna kill me if I'm saying it wrong. I hate getting them wrong, and you guys always get mad at me when I pronounce names wrong, and I'm really sorry, okay? I do the best I can. Samantha Kolesnik? I'm really sorry. I hope that's right. I'm sorry. But I can't wait to see what else she comes out with. I think she's going to be an author you should look out for. I am really impressed. I'm really interested in reading more from her. I hope there's way more coming from her because I think this is great. That's gonna do it for my review. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. It lets me know what kind of content you enjoy from me. That way I can keep providing you with that kind of content. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We can become friends, talk about horror, talk about books, talk about makeup, all kinds of things. I do a lot on this channel, so hopefully there's something for everyone. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will see you on Monday with a new video. Bye!